Hello, coaches. I am recording this the day after we just notified the 1,617 semifinalists for the 2022 Coca-Cola Scholars Scholarship Award. So by now, you've probably seen the list and hopefully figuring out ways to reach out to those who have been named semifinalists through social media. Look for hashtag Coke Scholars SF, but you'll be getting more information to celebrate them going forward. But enough about the heavy lift I've had at my plate the last couple of days. Let's move on to talking about coaching session 3. In coaching session 3, you move into talking about the concept of growth mindset and how that can support a goal or get in the way of achieving a goal. I'll share with you in a second the outline of what's going to be shared with scholars, but the pre-work we ask of them is to watch these two good old growth mindset videos. One that's the overview of growth mindset. One is about Carol Dweck's research, and Dweck is misspelled there, so you're going to see a real-time edit. So about 12 minutes of videos, we ask them to watch. If you can watch them as well to remind yourself about that. We ask them to then go and complete this growth mindset document. Scroll back up to the top here, which you might remember this 3x3 puzzle of 3 dots by 3 dots, and they have to spend up to 4 or 5 minutes trying to connect all 9 dots with 4 straight lines without doubling back at all. And then just reflect on the self-talk, their mindset as they were first challenged with this puzzle, what they were saying to themselves as they proceeded through the puzzle, how they might have encouraged themselves or discouraged themselves, and a few ideas about that as they go into talking to you about their growth mindset. We share with them this summary information about growth mindset versus fixed mindset. Ideally, we want everyone to be on this side, but sometimes we're here. In the video I recorded for them, I shared, as I've shared with all of you before, that whenever I'm encountered with a new opportunity or challenge, my first thought is, nope, can't be done, can't do it. But then I quickly move into doing the thing that I tell myself I can't get done. Tons of therapists are working with me around the clock to get that figured out. But I've shared with them, I've disclosed with them my approach to mindset. Please do the same to your comfort level. And then we ask you to situate this within the goals that they are working on with you. And they should arrive at this coaching session 3 with some refined drafts of their goals and from the last session to now, and then to reflect on some of the self-talk and the mindset they have about those goals, or maybe something else they've already achieved. So the same kind of reflection that they did about the puzzle, we asked them to do about a goal that they are working on now with you or have previously encountered. And there's some additional space here to record more notes. So you're exploring the mindset, their self-talk, questions they might have about growth versus fixed mindset. You can nicely encourage them to ask some questions to help them. Well, how might you reframe that so it's more of a growth mindset than a fixed mindset? And again, be prepared to share examples to your comfort level there. And then after you spend about 20 minutes or so, it could be more, it could be less, depending on how things go, move into discussing the goals that they should be arriving at this session with to discuss with you, refining them further to make sure they are smart, indeed smart. Starting to talk about the accountability piece. What will you achieve? How will you know you've achieved your goal or made progress towards achieving your goal? What are the support or resources you need beyond this coaching experience to achieve these goals? What exists on your campus? How can you find them? What exists in your larger community where your campus is situated? And then again, verifying that they're all smart. They're SMART goals, that it meets that acronym. Wrapping up with just checking in on the coaching experience, introducing the idea of the stage and balcony at this point, if you haven't already, to let them know that the goal, one of the purposes of coaching and structures of coaching is to invite the coachee up into the balcony to look down upon the stage to have the objective viewpoint of this thing that happened. And this is all an effort to move them towards self-coaching so that when you're not in their life regularly as a coach, that they will have that framework. Think about the powerful question framework of the experiential education model, experiential learning model rather, of the what, so what, and now what types of questions. And I think it's always good at the end of the fall term or beginning of the new year, depending on when you meet with your scholar for session 3. It's a good reflection question to ask them here. What do you know about yourself now that you didn't know at the beginning of the fall term or the beginning of this coaching experience? Hopefully they've learned something and changed in some way. The change could be confirming, yes, indeed, I do want to be a doctor, or this is the right major for me, or I picked the right school, or as it was for me, I think I've shared before, I was a pharmacy major for one day, the first day of college, until I got to chemistry 101, and I decided, oh no, heavens no, I can't be here. So asking them to clarify, to share with you what they know about themselves and how that new information, that clarity, that revelation to themselves informs the goals they're working on with you, as well as anything else they want to work on. And then finally wrapping up about looking into session 4 and the back half of the final 2 sessions of your coaching engagement. Start working on achieving those goals. They, by this point, should have a good plan. They should know the resources and the supports they need in place. They should know the accountabilities they need to have in place. Consider how they're going to define those milestones. That's the M of SMART, being measurable. They can measure the progress they're making towards that. So confirm those with them. Celebrate any effort they've already made towards achieving any of those goals. A nice virtual pat on the back, however you're communicating with them. Again, discussing the self-coaching practices centered around those asking those questions of what, so what, and now what. You're welcome to share with them any of the training documents or the training information that you received as your part of your coaching training. And then thinking about exploring how you might silently be saying, what you might silently be saying to yourself to encourage or discourage yourself to proceed towards achieving a goal, or just try something new. So again, the bottom after the outline are some of the tips that we've been compiling over the years. So be sure to review those. So the outline is here: growth mindset versus fixed mindset. How does that show up in their goal progress? Help them refine their goals. You will have a link to what's been shared with them, including the embedded videos and what their pre-work is for those folks. And then the coaching document, like I've already shared with you, is basically that 3x3 puzzle and some reflection on how they approach doing that puzzle. So as always, we thank you so much for investing in these young scholars' lives. If there's anything I can do to be helpful, don't hesitate to reach out to me. And for your new coaches, you have your support coaches to rely on as well. But thank you so much for this. Happy holidays from mid-November through mid-January, when you'll get another video from me. So I hope 2021 ends exceptionally well and 2022 gets off to a great, closer to normal start. So thank you all once again for supporting these scholars, and take care.